What's up guys, Luna here, welcome back to another episode of brand new console mods. Today we have 5 new mods to look at, so no top 5 today, we will continue that when we run out of brand new mods to look through. I also have a brand new Fallout 4 mods if you want to check that out if you like Fallout 4. As always, if you find this video helpful, drop a comment, it's appreciated, and we can look at the first mod. Our first mod is called the Abandoned Camp, a Player Home. Close by to the Guardian Stones there is a small hunter camp, and the mod author thought that this would make for a good player home, so he removed the hunter who usually resides here and turned it into one. The camp items and all the related stuff in the area is now owned by the player. An anvil has been added so you can craft stuff easily, plus a non-respawning chest has been added to give you safe storage. Finally, when you sleep here, you will get the well-rested bonus. If you're looking for this nice little player-owned camp, the map marker is added for you so you can fast travel to it when it's discovered. A nice player home overall, not the traditional kind, but if you like a simpler playthrough and survive in the wilderness, then this is a perfect mod for you. Our next mod is a PlayStation 4 mod, and it's called Swords Loot. This mod increases your chance of finding swords in the game as loot now. Not all swords, but some of the rarer ones that you come across in the game. With the mod installed, you will now have a 50% chance of finding the following swords once you reach a certain level. Silver swords you can now find at level 1, scimitars or silver swords at level 3, Falmer swords, scimitars or silver swords at level 6, and the 3 previous ones plus the blade sword at level 9. Now, they don't drop on all enemies, only skeletons, mud crabs and vampires, but it does add in a way for you to get some more choice of weapons earlier in the game. Our next mod is called Hardcore Combat AI, and this mod changes the combat AI for all humanoid NPCs, so not the beast races but all the other ones. Essentially, it makes all NPCs in game have max settings for aggression, defense, bashing, power attacks, and dual wielding. Combat in game is now going to be way more tougher than it used to be, but humanoid followers will also be much tougher in combat, so that's a pretty awesome thing as well. The mod is designed to give you a challenge, and even on easier difficulties, which I'm playing on the easiest difficulty to show you guys, combat will be much more of a struggle than it used to be. Killing things is not really the problem, it's trying to hit them, because I have a dodge mod installed and the enemies can now use it a lot more effectively. And if you're playing on a harder difficulty where you can't kill things in one hit, you're going to struggle a lot more. Even just against one opponent, as you can see here, it's kind of difficult to kill them. Against multiple opponents, it's going to be much more of a struggle, and I definitely really enjoy this Hardcore Combat AI mod. Our next mod is called Increased Population, and the mod does pretty much what the title suggests. With over 8 months of work on the mod, Increased Population will add in over 1,000 new NPCs to the game that cover nearly all areas you can think of. The NPCs added range from simple NPCs that you can't really interact with to followers that you can recruit. The AI is also a mixture of the default sandboxing, but some NPCs also have 100% custom pathing for them. The NPC's AI is not altered in any way, it's just the same as vanilla, but Immersive Citizens is a good way to improve that anyway, so I guess it probably wasn't needed, as you get that for both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The placement of NPCs with this mod was not random. The mod author tried to add characters to places in a lore-friendly a way as possible, so you won't find any Stormcloaks added to Solitude and that kind of thing. Finally, the mod has bug fixes for NPCs and plenty of Easter eggs for you to discover. It's an amazing mod, I must admit. There is now no empty place in Skyrim, and it's definitely worth trying out for yourself. Our final mod is called the Forgotten Weapons of Arcany. This mod adds in 18 swords, 23 blunt weapons, 13 agricultural items, 24 shields, and 9 arcs. These items are constructible and can be improved and enchanted. Many of them have bonuses, so the Imperial weapons, for example, which would be the Gladius, has a damage of plus 10% for the Imperial race. Northern weapons have a damage of plus 10% for Nords. Khajiit weapons, like the Halberd, Sword of the Falchion, now have a plus 10% damage, plus a critical success chance of 20% for Khajiits. Golden weapons have a damage of plus 4% and an increase of 20% for critical success for Orcs. The ancient northern weapons have a damage of plus 30% and a critical hit chance of 10% for Nords, and these ones can be only forged at the Skyforge as well. Silver weapons, so the Battle Mage sword for example, has damage to the undead and werewolves at 25%. So there's a whole bunch of different bonuses for these weapons, and these new weapons can simply be crafted under the following categories of wood, iron, steel, silver, dwemer, ebony, imperial, orc, and miscellaneous, and you can find different kinds of weapons in each. However, specific weapons can also be found on dead bodies of the Forsworn, so things like two-handed weapons, hammers, stone hammers, ceremonial sticks can be found on the Forsworn, and other things can be found such as in the coffers you can find abandoned shields. The Great Draugr have a little chance of having old ancient weapons, and all other items can be found randomly for sale on merchants and other NPCs in the game. Agricultural tools are sold in Riverwood or Markarth, caravans, Whiterun, Windhelm and Solitude as well. So a whole bunch of cool weapons have been added to the game, and overall it's an amazing weapon mod that adds in so much new choices for you in the game, and this one is definitely worth more than the time it takes to install and check out for yourself. Well guys, that's it for today's brand new mods. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new mod video. If you haven't already done so, check out the brand new Fallout 4 mods that I released at the same time as this one, and if you enjoyed, subscribe for daily console mods, and I will see all of you guys next time.